Today's video is another one about how to practice. I posted a separate one called underspeed practice just recently. That's a good thing to work on for people that are able to play the music fairly well, but want to be able to play it quickly and with more accuracy and with better tone quality. This one is really for students, especially beginners, who are just having a hard time getting their fingers to be in the right place to play the piece of music. So this is line 25 in our book, Dreidel Dreidel. We played this probably in late September, early October. And this is one of those ones that gave some people some trouble at first because their fingers had to move between notes very quickly, especially notes that are skips apart. For example, at the beginning, we have here going from an F to a D, which is a skip, and here going from an E flat to a C over and over again, which is a skip, when previous to here, most of the things we played had been going from steps, from F to E flat and then D, not skipping from F to D. So if you're one of those folks, you hear the band play and you go, wow, by the time I got my fingers to the right place to play the second note, the rest of the group had already finished. This kind of practice is probably a really good thing for you to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slow my metronome down to a reasonable tempo. I had it much too fast. We'll go about this speed here. And you might be thinking, that still seems awfully fast. Yes, but we're going to stretch all these notes way out. So the first step, and you can skip this step if this step seems way too easy. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to pretend all of the notes are whole notes. So I'm going to hold out that F for 4 counts, and that D for 4 counts, and that F for 4 counts. And to make it easier still, I'm going to add a rest in between each of them. I'm not going to do the whole song for you now because that would take a long time, but here's my metronome. 4 beats of note, 4 beats of silence. I'm going to play through the tune. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I stopped the tune right around here at that quarter rest. It took a long time to get there, but I had plenty of time in between notes to think about what the next note should be. Now, if you heard me do that and you're still thinking, that's too hard, you can go a step further and you can play the first note as long as you feel like it, then stop, take the time you need to think, and then play the second note for as long as you feel like it, then stop and think, and then play the third note for as long as you feel like, as if they were all whole notes with fermatas over them. But then you need to be able to get to the point where you can play them in time. If once you've finished playing all those fermatas, what I just did is a good next step. The next step I might try is I'm going to get rid of all those whole rests, and I'll play them just like they're all whole notes. This will be essentially twice as fast. Here's the same metronome speed. 1, 2, 3. And again, I stop where the quarter rest is. Once I've done that, and my fingers were able to get from one note to the next, I can again go twice as fast. Keep the metronome the same speed. This time they're all half notes. And then I can do it again in time, or maybe from there I can slowly speed the metronome up until I'm doing it in time, the way that I played it at the beginning of this lesson. Now, for most of us, dreidel is probably too easy, but I chose a tune that you all know as an example. We could do this with anything in the beginning band book. Let me flip through to something much more difficult. So in Minka Minka, my fingers have to move much more quickly to get between notes. So this would be another good one for me to practice playing them all as whole notes or all as fermatas until I knew my fingers could get where they needed to be, and then working it up to speed. Um, Guys, I want you to continue practicing. If something looks like it's too hard, slow it down. You've got all the time in the world. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you all soon.